Welcome to Silver Swords Tarot and the November full moon reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm going to use a triple deck tonight, you guys. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you watching. Let's see what we got here, Cancer. What you want, what you know, how you feel, and the reality. Oh, wow, Cancer. Well, what you want is to collaborate with others and to have your project of some sort. You've been working hard on something, and so whatever your craft is, you're wanting to be noticed. You're wanting to have people notice you and appreciate whatever it is you're doing. This is also a card of collaboration as well. In your position of what you know is the Temperance card, and the Temperance card is a card of patience and moderation. So I think you know that you're going to have to be patient, and this will come in its own time. In the position of how you feel is the Nine of Wands, and that's a card of carrying a heavy burden, being tired. But I think with these two other cards, I think that this card I think you're worn out, and but I think you know that you're close to your destination. That's a card that you can see here. He's kind of bent over and definitely carrying a heavy load, but you can see he's almost to the city. He's almost, and you can see the line across the card here. So, Cancer, I think this is a message that you know you're almost to your destination, so don't give up. In the position of the reality is the Star card. And the Star card is a card of hope and healing. It's about self-care. It's about taking a rest, basking in... you can see that she's got one foot in the water and one foot on the ground. So it's a good, healthy balance. It's also about following your star. It's after a long, hard road, and it's a time of nurturing and rest and healing yourself, self-care. We've got we've got the King of Pentacles. These flew out just a minute ago, and the Knight of Wands. So these are excellent cards here to go with this Three of Pentacles. So here you are honing your craft, starting to get noticed, and working with all the right people. These people are actually looking at the craft and they're appreciating it. Then the next card out is the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is the kingpin. He's got everything. He's worked hard for what he has. He's self-made, but he's very solid, kind king, but he is also very well balanced with a spiritual abundance as well as material abundance. And then we have the Knight of Wands. I'm going to put this Knight of Wands over here with the Temperance card. The Knight of Wands is a fiery, enthusiastic, creative, charismatic, fast-moving knight. But he can also be very reckless. And so I think that this is a message to keep a grip on yourself. You know, don't let your passions get out of hand and make you do anything rash and reckless. Be patient. Everything will come in its own time. The Seven of Wands is a card of standing your ground. And this is usually standing your ground in the face of opposition of some sort. So don't compromise what you know is right. Don't compromise your integrity. Stand up for what you believe in. And keep your eye on your star here, Cancer. Ace of Swords. This is a truth. This is some sort of a cold, hard truth that will be coming forth about something. Nostalgia. This is a card of longing for your past, people, places, things. It could just be longing for when times were easy and times were good. You know, you could be longing for your home, your hometown, but it's definitely longing for something from your past. Lover's card. Lover's card is about making a choice. Of course, it can literally be a lover, but it's about making a pure of heart choice. It's about doing the right thing when the right thing is hard. The universe will always know what your intentions are. You can't fool the universe. So, like I said, this is about making a pure of heart choice and doing the right thing when sometimes the right thing isn't what you want to do or the easiest thing to do. Cancer, the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is about moving on to calmer waters. You can see he's packed up all of his swords, and you can see the water here is a little bit rough, but where he's going, all the water's calm. It's also a card to be mindful that where you're going is actually going to take you to a calmer space. Sometimes you can change your environment and move on to something else, but that's not going to change anything. When you get there, you're still going to be there. You are still going to be there. So be mindful that it's not something that some internal thing that needs to be addressed, and everything won't just be the same when you get, whatever it is you're trying to get away from isn't something that you need to look at from within instead of an external environmental thing. Page of Pentacles. A message is, somebody's going to come with a message of some sort of lucrative, abundant, new idea, or that could be you too, but usually the page is a message from someone that's coming into your life. Page of Swords. So you got the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a message of truth, and you got the Ace of Swords. So there's some kind of truth that's going to come forward. Could be someone telling you something, or it could just be some sort of a truth that's revealed in some way. King of Cups. King of Cups is the king of love. King of Cups is loving, nurturing, generous king. But he's also the king. So he will always have his emotions under control. You see his feet are flat on the ground. He's holding his cup at his side. He's just relaxed. He's not he's not an emotional. He's emotional, but he does keep his emotions under control. Chariot card. Chariot card is about a forward movement, but it's not a fast, reckless forward movement. He clears the path, gets a plan, and it's also a card of self-discipline and willpower. So, let's see. And Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is about self-reliance. She's comfortable being on her own. She's comfortable in her own skin. Has an abundant lifestyle. And is just, actually, that's one of my favorite cards in the deck. But definitely a card of self-reliance and being comfortable in their space and having everything they need. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is a card of forward movement, swift, bold movement forward. He can also be somewhat overbearing. So the message here is to move forward bravely and swiftly. Don't hesitate, but just be mindful that you're not being too hasty. You take your time, make a plan. And here we have the Seven of Wands again. So that's the second time I think this is in here. Yeah, here you go. We've got him twice. So you're definitely, you may have some opposition with this forward movement here. And like I said, he can be a little bit overbearing. So I think that's what this message may be with these two guys here. You got it twice. So just be careful not to be too overbearing. But do move forward swiftly. The Hermit card. Hermit card is a card of finding that inner light, spending a little bit of time alone. He's a deep thinker. But it's basically about spending some time alone with yourself and finding that inner light. Judgment card, which is interesting right after the Hermit, since the Judgment card is actually about an awakening. You can see all these people have been awakened from the dead. It's also a card of ascension. So that's interesting with the Hermit card there. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is a card of, this is the Wounded Warrior card. You can see he's got a bandage on his head and he's holding his sword. He's not giving up, but he's built some pretty good boundaries around him, just from his experience in life. But he's not giving up. The other message with this card is to be mindful not to let your boundaries turn into walls. You know, a good healthy boundary is always good, but sometimes they can turn into walls. Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles can be the card of equal give and take, reciprocity. Can also be the card of charity and reform. But it's definitely a card of generosity. We've got the Three of Pentacles again, so we're back here to you've got that twice. So whatever it is you're doing, you're gonna get noticed. People are gonna notice you. And this is always an interesting card to get, Cancer. This is a card of lack, despair. It's a card to remind us that everybody's responsible for their own happiness. Nobody else can make you happy. You have to make yourself happy. You can see these people are walking in, they have, their shoes are falling off. She's barefooted. He's on crutches. It's snowing. And they're trudging along, but above them, this is actually a church, and in the window, we have 5 pentacles lit up in the window. So whatever they need, whatever help they need is right there, but they're just walking by and not paying any attention. So it's kind of, it reminds me of the old saying, God feeds the birds, but he doesn't throw it in the nest. So it's just a reminder that, you know, everyone has to help themselves, and you're responsible for your own happiness. It's nobody else's responsibility, and it's nobody else's fault if you're not happy. The 4 Pentacles is a card of being conservative with your resources. It also can be the card of holding on to something too tight. So Cancer, just be mindful that you're not holding on to something too tight, and maybe, you know, I mean, both things. Don't hold on to something too tight, but also be conservative with your resources. And the 2 of Wands is the card of getting a plan. You can see he's just looking out into the world. He's got the world card right in his hands. You know, you got the whole world in your hands. You're pretty much just trying to decide where he's going to do next. He's got the resources he needs, and he's just deciding what it is he's going to do next. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is a prosperous new beginning, prosperous new opportunity that's going to come your way, which I think belongs over here with the 3 of Pentacles. Just be mindful that with the Ace of Pentacles, it's not going to just fall in your lap, which is, I think, what we were trying to see here. You're going to have to help yourself, and you can see that there's this path and then there's a gate. You're going to have to move through the gate on your own. You're going to have to do that on your own. This opportunity is not something that's just going to fall in your lap and happen automatically. You're actually going to have to put some effort into it. Cancer, the 8 of Wands is an excellent card. It's a card of definite forward movement. It can be a card of communication, but most of all, it's the card of everything moving in the direction that it should. You can see that they're all even with each other. They're all being thrown perfectly in the right direction, and that's a message that the universe will always send you on your right path. Trust in the universe. Go with the flow. Don't fight it. Just trust that the universe, everything will happen as it should. And I think I'm going to leave it there, Cancer. I mean, this is an excellent card to end with. You've got the Star card. Follow your star. Trust in the universe. You've got some great opportunities coming forth. You're going to be noticed with whatever work or craft you're working on. You got the King of Pentacles, Kingpin, and you're going through some sort of awakening and ascension. I think that's it. You got the whole world in front of you. Thanks, Cancer. Thanks for stopping by.